Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome to a surprise commentary on Final Fantasy Versus 13. Yes, we do live in the alternate universe where this was actually released in... No, actually. To tell you what's really going on here, apart from the fact that this is very much what the trailer of Final Fantasy Versus 13 was intended to be, no, this is a bit of a spoiler for later in the game. This is Yozora, and his two friends, Margia and Aegis. Anyway, they're pretty much fighting through hell to rescue, I forgot who the hell this woman is. Either way, she's basically the equivalent of Luna Freya. I want to say she's called Stella, but I might be misremembering that. Thank Nominee. But either way, Yozora's trying to save his sweetie in very kind of a Final Fantasy VIII-esque fashion here, really. Or at least that's what that kind of reminds me of, but yeah. Yozora, he lives in a world known as Quadratum, and yeah, he fights robots known as the Gygus. Or Gygus, Gigas, whatever. Basically, yeah, it's fictional, but let's just say that unreality is a tricksy mistress.
I was watching that!
Sorry, but this is no time for television, Rex.
Gotta say, that Giga's pretty impressive.
Really? I like Yozora most.
Woody, what gives?
Shh. Are they back? Shh.
All right, guys. Today we teach those masked intruders who's boss. Is everybody in position?
Wait, hold on! I don't think I'm emotionally prepared!
Would you calm down? Don't worry, I got you covered.
It's go time.
What in the world? Where are we? Oh my gosh! Have we been shrunk? And look at us!
You know what the magic is for? We have to protect the world order!
Border?
I said order!
Gorge! Who's gonna protect the order from them?
Heartless!
Okay, we go on 3. 1, 2...
Wait!
What are you doing? Who are those guys?
Jesus Christ, this is some fucking Sonic Lost World-ass music right here, but yeah, in any case, now we're finally here. The toy box where we finally get to interact with Toy Story. Now we get to my nostalgia. Me! Well, I mean, again, I do say that, but I mean, technically we have my nostalgia with Kingdom Hearts 1 since I did technically see Tarzan and all that, but whatever. Now we get to my nostalgia with Disney movies I actually watched, well, fairly frequently throughout my childhood, and yeah, pretty good. And by the way, now we finally get to test out Rapunzel's Keyblade. And man, it is actually one of the more useful ones in the game, so yeah, Ever After, great Keyblade, and it is certainly fun to test out its abilities. And even its form changes are also quite good here. Okay, well first of all, we have more Sora shooting guns, and yeah. Needless to say, I mean, apart from this Sonic Lost World-esque music going on, yeah, this world is a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to exploring it with you, the viewers.
Are they new?
Wait! Oh, you look familiar! I know this!
What?
You're...
Yozora!
Huh? My name's Sora. Oh.
Stay back. For all we know, the intruder set them.
Yozora!
Slow down there, Rex. We don't know them.
But we can trust them! They're the #1 selling heroes in the country.
Yeah, and his mom must have bought him for him.
Ham's right. Did you see how easily they took care of the intruders? I bet they're here to figure out why all our friends have gone missing, and why Buzz's laser started actually lasering, and all the weird stuff that's been going on. I mean, that's what heroes do, right?
Let's not jump to conclusions. Gotta be smart, Woody.
So you're Andy's new toys?
Toys?
You sure did a number on those intruders.
Those are the Heartless.
The bad guys.
We've been fighting against those intruders for a while.
I knew it!
Okay.
Huh?
In that case, you're all right by me. My name's Woody. Put her there.
Hey,
Now, hold on.
I'm Sora.
Yozora!
Actually, my name's Sora.
And I'm Donald.
Oh, I'm Goofy.
And I'm Buzz Lightyear.
Call me him. It's a real honor.
And I'm Rex. I'm your biggest fan. In fact, I've been playing your game for months now, and I've already gotten you all the way up to level 47. But that Bahamut boss is really tough. Slinky and I can't figure out how to beat him. Oh, I wish Slinky and the others were here. They'd be so happy to meet you.
All troops, at attention, sir!
Strangers from the outside, welcome.
They're all toys? So that's why we look the way we do. Huh?
Excuse me. You said that you've battled those intruders before. Tell us where and why.
Oh, well, we are... Oh,
Well, you must have come from somewhere.
Take it easy, Buzz. What matters is that they got those intruders out of our way for at least a little while. No need to interrogate them.
Yeah, Buzz.
Woody's right.
Noted. But still.
hey, have those intruders, the Heartless, been a problem around here?
No, they just showed up a little while ago.
In fact, those Heartless materialized right after all of our friends up and vanished.
You don't think.
Well, gee, it can't just be a coincidence.
It wasn't always this lonely. One day we woke up and we were the only toys left here. Nobody's heard from Mom, Molly, or Andy. We keep waiting for Andy to come home.
You really care about him.
Yeah. He's the best friend that toys like us could ever hope to have.
All right, we better start looking.
Huh?
Have you got any clues we can go on? Any other strange things that happened?
Well, There's one thing.
One big thing.
Huge, sir.
What thing?
After everyone went MIA, the intruders didn't come alone. They arrived with a guy wearing a hood dressed in black just like you. As a matter of fact, he's the only other toy we've seen outside of you three.
A black hood? But that would mean...
The organization!
You know who it is?
Yeah, they're bad news.
Seems like you have a lot of enemies.
We may have a hunch what's causing all the weirdness. Would you mind if we handle this?
I'm sorry, but we're not going to leave this to you.
Huh?
If that guy had something to do with our friends vanishing, then he's our problem too. We've got to work together.
Right. So then, where can we find that guy?
Sarge, Any word from the recon team?
The latest reports place them in town, sir, at Galaxy Toys.
Then Galaxy Toys is where we're going. Sora, follow me. It's out the window and down the roof.
Not so fast, cowboy. You seem pretty gung-ho about going. But shouldn't we stay here and wait for Andy?
Well, you've got a point, but we've tried waiting. Look, if we go with Sora, we might find a clue. Are you with me, Buzz?
Of course. Okay, let's move out.
Yeah, you do get a bit more of an explanation as to what the rub is going on in terms of, like, some Toy Story characters are showing up in Andy's room while some aren't. I mean, again, like, to kind of talk about the timeline here, this is pretty much between Toy Story 2 and 3, so... Yeah, after Toy Story 2, so again, you might be wondering, you know, where's some of the toys like Jessie, Bullseye, and, you know, some of the ones that were already there, like, you know, Slinky or whatever else, but, yeah, you'll get an explanation for that, but, in the meantime, though, to talk about anything else, yeah, I mentioned that, you know, Rex, being the video game fan that he is, as established in Toy Story 2, yeah, Sora's pretty much taken the form of a Yozora action figure. Hence, I guess part of the reason why Tetsuya Nomura wanted to kind of stylize Sora and Riku's design to be reflective of that, but, yeah, it's neither here nor there in this case. Now, I did mention that Donald and Goofy, in terms of their outfits, are meant to be styled after Magia and Aegis. That is a bit of a misnomer, though, because, technically speaking, and I think this might have been in one of the earlier Japanese reveal trailers, that, yeah, Rex referred to both Magia and Aegis in terms of name as for what Donald and Goofy were meant to be stylized as. But yeah, their names were cut out of the final build, so whether or not that's, you know, what Yozora's friends are technically going to be called in terms of their overall name is up for debate, possibly subject to change by the time we get to Kingdom Hearts 4 and we get to see a little bit more of them, but either way, it's that's kind of what they're meant to be. I did initially think that Donald and Goofy were going to get like different outfits similar to what Sora got, you know, to kind of mix with the whole Kingdom Hearts 3 Tetsuya Nomura's more with buttons and plaid and all that kind of stuff, but... no, they're meant to be styled after Yozora's friends, so that's pretty much the rub with that. But as for anything else, though, yeah, in terms of any returning voice actors, yeah, the only ones you really get is, I forgot the name of Rex's voice actor, Herbert something? Herbert Wallace? No, I'm not really too sure. Basically, he's the same guy who voiced the principal in a Goofy movie and, was the voice of Bertram in Family Guy. You know, it was basically like Stewie's evil twin. But yeah, basically he's, you know, voice actor for plenty of Disney movies and a bunch of other different stuff. And the only other returning voice actor is John Ratzenberger as, you know, the pig, Ham. Although, honestly, given his voice, I cannot unhear Cliff Clavin from all of his roles. Which is a bit weird, really, because, I mean, John Ratzenberger actually does, like, a fair bit of voice work for a whole plethora of Disney movies and, especially Pixar ones as well, so... Yeah, it's quite funny, but then again, I guess, you know, with me being the big Cheers fan that I am, I can't really unhear Ham just sort of expecting to go, yeah, well, you know, and all that kind of stuff. Just to piss everybody off, especially Carla.
Helpers from the outside.
So yeah, pretty much all our cast in this is pretty much the army soldiers, Ham, Rex, Buzz, Woody, and, the little green dudes. That thankfully you no longer have to collect by the end of the level. And could actually destroy, as I demonstrated in Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. We got a map of Andy's house. Even though the only place you really get to explore is just Andy's bedroom and nothing else really. But oh well, I mean again, with your relatively small scale, you do get to sort of explore around the house and, you know, take a look at the sights of, you know, a much larger world, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, again, they do use this little perspective trick to actually get, like, a lot of interesting gameplay facets out of you. I mean, being toy-sized, yeah, everything's a much grander adventure. In more ways than one. A huge adventure, if you will. Now, by the way, you might be wondering why nobody else is really walking about the streets, or, like, why there's nobody else here in this world, but, again, there is a reason for that, why there's no other humans walking around, and even then, that kind of skirts around the awkward issue of, like, well, it's kind of a weird thing in the Toy Story movies, because, like, I mean, again, in the films themselves, like, whenever the toys were, you know, walking about or humans were in the vicinity, they pretty much just, you know, drop dead, because I guess that's, like, the unwritten rule of what they're supposed to do. But, yeah, then you also get some of the creepier scenes, like in the first movie, when, all the toys pretty much rise against Sid, who was pretty much torturing them and ripping them apart, and, well, as Woody said in the movie, rather creepily, play nice. I don't know. Maybe it's an unwritten rule, maybe it's just like an automatic toy mechanism that they just have to do. It's kind of weird. I don't, to my knowledge anyway, because I mean I haven't seen Toy Story before or anything. I don't know what exactly denotes toy sentience, really. Actually, aren't they making a 5th Toy Story? I can't really remember. Oh well, the first 2 are really enough for me, but either way though, it does make for some interesting metaphysical qualities, and I suppose that was the same sort of thing that Tetsuya Nomura also spotted in Toy Story, because, yeah, I might have mentioned this in plenty of commentaries beforehand, but hey, you know what, it's Kingdom Hearts 3, the end of the saga, might as well mention it now. But yeah, Tetsuya Nomura's been wanting to get Kingdom Hearts and Toy Story together for quite some time. Actually, as far back as Kingdom Hearts 1, where, again, if I can find a picture of it, it actually has like a little world icon of what Toy Story would have been planned to be if it was allowed in. But the reason why it wasn't for so many years was because, yeah, Kingdom Hearts didn't exactly have access to Pixar properties, primarily because Disney didn't, well, own Pixar at the time. Yeah, the collaboration between Pixar and Disney was only really allowed at I think it was like at a certain point, like I think around about like 2004, 2005, it pretty much ended their partnership until Disney bought them wholesale, I want to say in the late 2000s. But yeah, basically for the longest time, that was part of the reason why Disney and Disney and Kingdom Hearts, sorry, couldn't really interact in terms of, you know, rights ownership and all that kind of stuff. Because, I mean, again, like, I mean, if he couldn't have a world, in Kingdom Hearts 2, there was initially going to be a Woody and Buzz summon, which I imagine was probably part of one of the team-up attacks we're going to be seeing a bit later on. But yeah, either way, by the time of Kingdom Hearts 3, when, you know, Disney owned Pixar good and proper, they were finally allowed to have the Toy Story world as it was meant to be. And again, you could really tell when, you know, Square Enix and the development team have a lot of enthusiasm for the world that they're making, and in turn, when the Disney team that they're working with also allows them to have a lot of free range and enthusiasm for Kingdom Hearts, you know, with all its crazy machinations, because, yeah, the people who were, you know, helping out with, you know, the world development and, you know, Toy Story in this game, were also very big Kingdom Hearts fans, so... yeah, so much so that they actually considered Kingdom Hearts, you know, with its little interquel here between Toy Story 2 and 3, to be canonical to the Toy Story mythos. Which, again, is incredibly nerdy, but at the same time, it's also incredibly heartwarming to know that, you know, a lot of time has passed since Kingdom Hearts first started, and, you know, a lot of the people that would be helming these franchises today would have been, you know, kids and teenagers playing Kingdom Hearts 1 in their bedrooms and finally getting to, you know, share enthusiasm with the development staff. I don't know, it's just little things like that that really make me smile, and again, when you have enthusiasm like that for what you're creating, it really does shine through with, you know, a lot of the passion projects that really, you know, sort of come to fruition. And again, it is part of the reason why worlds such as this, and particularly one we'll be getting to later on in the game, I don't know, just feel really wholesome to me. I mean, a part of it probably is sort of a bit of nostalgia, you know, eking its way into my brain, but I don't know, there was just a lot of great moments and a lot of great gameplay facets that really sort of make the best use out of the concept, really. Oh shit, time for another Sonic Lost World battle. Da-da-da-da-da. Sonic Lost Worlds, even though the game is shit. Da-da-da-da. Oh, Goofy knows what to do, everybody! He's got this one! Yay, woo, yeah. Trinity Guard. No, it was a bit too late to do anything. But the important thing is, Goofy knew what to do. And that makes me feel comfortable. It makes me feel safe and assured, even when I know things are absolutely terrible. By the way, this is the form change of, you know, Mirage stuff. Basically, yeah, its ultimate attack. Well, again, its ultimate attack is pretty much the Trinity attack from Kingdom Hearts games past, so, yeah, you basically build a tall tower and have it rain down light upon your enemies. I couldn't really ask for anything better. It's a great looking attack, and again, even if you're not utilizing its ultimate form change, again, it's basic attacks where you create copies of Sora, and then use all of those copies to, you know, fire magic laser beams at your enemies. Overall, pretty sick, and I have no you do indeed have a friend in me. Mr. Randy Newman song that's pretty much our basic theme for the overworld. Yeah, honestly, you'd think I get sick of, you have a friend in me being the overworld theme compared to, you know, Cinderella who's very smelly going doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. But, no. It's actually kind of a swell theme, really. Which is kind of odd, really. I'm not really much for, like, a sort of cruisy sort of stuff like this, but I don't know. You got a friend of me just kind of works, and, again, I don't know whether that's just to do with the wholesomeness of Toy Story or the wholesomeness of Kingdom Hearts or, I don't know, it breaking down all my defenses to make some crude, silly jokes, but yeah, it just makes me smile. All that effort getting up high and all I had to do was just go down there. But that does also kind of go to dividends to showcase just how well hidden some of the, you know, lucky emblems really are. For example, there are a few over there on the gates, up there on the roof that I missed, and, yeah, something you really sort of got to keep them peeled for, but, again, as I mentioned, lucky emblems will be done in a cleanup video, and if you're going to keep whinging that I missed them out, well, then, dog, I am going to, punch you in the face. So, on that note, I am Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and next time, well, we head off to a toy store. Catch you later.